Kyle, is it Katarn?
Yes, you nailed it.
Gotcha. All right. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to level 206 of Playable Characters Podcast. I am Brian McGinnis. We're back. It's been a couple weeks. I hope none of you unsubscribed. If you did, you're not hearing this, I guess. But hopefully you kept us in your feed, and you're very surprised that a new episode just popped up on your podcast app. What's going on with me? Some of you still tweet and ask, which I totally appreciate it. My baby's almost 5 months old already. Things are good. I did sort of drop a few hints about this over the past few episodes. I am almost done with the Playable Characters Podcast, the book, everybody. I've been working on a book all pandemic. I'm pretty excited. It came out pretty cool. I like it. Let me know if this is something you're interested in. Let me know so I didn't waste the whole pandemic on this thing. I would like to know if this is gonna work. I think I'm excited about it, but you never know until people start buying it or never buying it. Right? That's a real tell. Follow me at Laugh at Brian on my regular Twitter, and the podcast is at Playable Podcast. Some of you have seen me and friend of the show TJ Del Reno has been doing. We've been ranking every Mortal Kombat fatality by game. We're up to Mortal Kombat 3, and they're really fun. We had a special guest, Josh Sway, who directed the Insert Coin documentary on. That's actually coming out, I think, tomorrow, I believe, or the week. Yeah, I think tomorrow. So check it out. And if I'm going to tweet it, feel free to check the Twitter if you don't see it. Not on the Playable Characters podcast feed. It's on a different one, Unlimited Lives. Check it out there. But anyway, things are good. Things are awesome. Let's dive in. Our guest today, holy shit. We love when we get somebody from I've just found out the second most popular thing ever created besides Pokemon, which is insane. From the Star Wars world, from the Star Wars whatever you want to call it, we have with us from the Jedi Knights series, Kyle Katarn. How are you, Kyle?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Oh, are you under the weather, or is that
no? This is just how I talk.
You just get that cool bounty hunter talk.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm, and the smoke inhalation. One lives a rough life.
Why was your farm on fire?
It was on fire, but I'll tell you why. Because the Empire, they came in with all these big fog machines. It was not fog machines, but machines what make fog and stuff. I'm not particularly eloquent.
You're doing great.
Thanks.
That damn Empire always setting shit on fire.
Yeah.
See, I think of a farm in space. I think of like cows wearing helmets, but that's not happening on your farm, is it?
No, we were crops. Crops.
That's silly of me to think.
Yeah, but no, that's a very funny image. I enjoy that.
It's like The Far Side. We have a comic strip down here called The Far Side. Maybe
yeah,
it's kind of like that.
We have a similar thing that's a galaxy far, far away side.
Very funny.
Thanks. I do my best.
So you're a very popular character. I didn't know too much about you. You're a very popular character.
That's very humbling.
You've led a fascinating life.
Yeah.
Right. Tell us about how you grew up and how you came to be the Kyle Katarn that you are now.
Sure. I'll try and keep it short and simple.
Sure. We got 20 minutes.
Okay. Are those Earth minutes or? So I grew up on a farm on one of the moons of Sullust there with my dad. It was just me and my dad, and he really made sure that I got a good education. He sent me off to the Imperial Academy. That at the time, it was the best thing you could do. Yeah. Education-wise. Sure. There weren't a lot of options.
Right.
So I went out there, and during that time, unfortunately, he passed away. He got I say passed away. He got murdered.
Always happens.
Yeah, he got beheaded.
It's very common in your world that happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's
a lot of daddy issues over there.
a lot of father issues, a lot of limbs being removed.
Yeah.
And he was beheaded in a public square. It was absolutely brutal.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, it was by this guy named Jarek. And so
what did he do?
He stood up to the Empire again.
Simple as that, huh?
Yeah, simple as that. He found out later on he could use the Force. I don't know if you found that. You know what that is.
Of course, I know what it is. It's amazing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I read it. You're Force sensitive. What does that mean? I'm not too sure. We have a lot of stuff going on down here. Different pronouns. Is that a new pronoun? Force sensitive.
It means the Force bullies me, and I cried. No, it
It's like cis hetero male or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
No, it just means I got a little. It just means you can feel it, because
Gotcha.
there's some folks walking around. They're like, I'm aware of this energy. It's in
Cool.
the equivalent, there'd be like the unified field theory. You know that where
Oh,
there's
what is
this.
that?
It's basically the same thing. It's just like
Okay.
there's a energy field that binds everything together. It's what keeps atoms together, that sort of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And most folks can't feel that, but you can
Right.
learn the way to do it. But anyhow, so it just means like I can peek into it. And
That's cool.
over the course of my life, I started out, it's kind of familiar. I started out as a farm boy with father issues, and then I learned to
Right.
be a Jedi. Kind of,
I mean,
it happens, shall
right,
we
of
say.
course. Yeah.
It's common.
We've heard
Common
that story. Yeah.
but the difference is my dad wasn't anyone special. So,
Okay.
if
He
you're
wasn't
looking for that kind of story and maybe you were disappointed by learning a few things about some people,
okay.
you can go and read the books and play the games.
So he stood up because why? Was he just mad? Did they steal his crops? Did they charge him too much, or did what happened there?
Can I be honest? A little bit of both.
Okay.
He saw what the Empire was doing on our home world, and he's
Yeah.
like, this isn't just, this isn't good. And he stood up with a bunch of his comrades, and he made sure they got off safe, and then he was captured and killed, unfortunately.
With a bunch
And
of
this
farmers, like he escaped with a bunch of farmers, or he tried to help the farmers escape.
Yeah, you try to
Okay.
help all our neighbors escape, and
Okay.
yeah, right? It was like, it's simple, folks. It's simple, folks. The Empire wanted to take over you know,
Yeah.
our world, and we weren't there for it. Well, I wasn't there for it, but and he
Right.
didn't want it. He didn't
Okay.
want it. And they destroyed everything. He took over. It was very unpleasant.
That seems like. I mean, destroy. I mean, I don't know why they would have to destroy everything. I understand cutting your dad's head off, but leave the farm at least.
Oh, good. I'm glad you understand cutting my
I mean,
father's head off.
look. It
Good.
happened.
I mean, you're lucky I'm detached enough from it that I'm not going to get detached, no pun intended, that
So-
I'm
so-
not going to get mad.
So your big claim to fame, I mean, it was you tried. Actually, I think you succeeded in stealing the plans for the Death Star.
That's
right?
right. There's
So
some
hold on.
Yeah.
Did they not have another copy anywhere of the blueprint?
You would think, right? I mean, I don't think they did. I think they were
Back it up. There's got to be a USB drive somewhere. I don't know.
It's in the cloud. It's
Right?
in the it's in the cloud city. Is that anyway? So, I think they only had the one copy because they
right.
wanted it to be a high security situation.
Like the
Whereas,
Declaration
there's
of Independence.
it's like there's a one copy. So if it gets stolen, we know.
Right, okay.
Whereas it's silly. You'd think that Emperor Palpatine would have just been like, okay, I have it on my secure hard drive
That's
here.
pretty good. That's scary.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Years of listening to the propaganda.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, me and my partner at the time, Jan Ors, who is one of the best damn pilots in the galaxy and the love of my life.
Oh nice.
She and we just met, and this was kind of a proving ground. We had just finished stopping the Dark Trooper operation, and they're like, you did a
Sure.
good job with that, so let's come in and let's steal the Death Star plans.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of misinformation these days
Oh.
about this. I've heard that like they're giving a credit to this gal Jyn Erso, and I can kind of understand, right? Jyn Erso, Jan Ors sounds similar enough, right?
Sure.
So for me, I understand that like maybe it's a game of comlink where one person says something and then it goes on and gets slightly very.
Sure.
But like I'm upset not because of the glory or anything, because Jan worked her tail off with for the rebellion.
Yeah.
And she's owed that credit. And for me, it's I have other things going on. I'm training Jedi, I'm defeating Dark Jedi. It's fine. But for Jan, it's like her thing. And also, you want to set the history books straight.
Of course.
Right? And you want to make sure that you're getting history right, because otherwise, again, it's kind of similar to what was going on when the Empire was around. They were changing the story constantly. And I'm not saying the New Republic is as bad as the Empire, not at all. Of course not. But you want to make sure that you're telling the truth.
I mean, look, that's what we're here for today, to make sure things get out, to make sure we know what happened. So you get in there. Did you sneak it, or because you were part of them at first, and then you kind of rebelled, and did you steal it on your way out, like people steal like a stapler from the office? Was it kind of like that? Like, I'm going to take this?
No, I had already defected, and we went to we went to the base, and luckily, I bumped into a old classmate of mine at a bar. I said, they said for the mission, go to this bar, yada, yada, yada. And our contact was someone I knew from the academy. So he trusted me.
Did he have like 8 heads and 6 arms, or was he a quote unquote normal human?
Yeah, he's just a human. He was
just
it was boring.
Right.
But what made him interesting is, do you know the Bomar monks? They're famous for hanging around Jabba's palace. They have spider legs and their brain in a jar.
Creepy.
Yeah, very creepy, very weird. And their religion, and he was practicing to become enlightened that way. And I was like, you do you, man, but I like your face. So maybe don't plop your brain out.
Yeah, that's one thing you want to keep in there.
Yeah, I mean, so he snuck us in. And I wandered around, and it went south pretty quick. I found the plans that I blast my way out of there, and we got him. We got him.
How far along were they making the Death Star when you stole it? Did they even start building this one yet? Because they've built a 7 or 8 at this point. I feel like they're always building a Death Star.
They're always building a Death Star. That's where your tax money's going.
Was it like halfway built and they were like, shit, we can't finish this thing now? Or was it going to be a new Death Star?
No, this was like right before the battle.
Okay.
Yeah, this was like not the way it's told now, where like Darth Vader's cutting up people right before, but it was like a couple of months before.
Right. Okay.
And we were getting the plans to them, and then we got intercepted, and then we had to beam them to Leia, and then Leia got, and that part. Everyone knows that part.
Sort of, yeah. There's a lot going on.
Putting it into a droid. Very brave, very weird choice. I never trust a droid with that crap.
Again, a simple copy or a backup somewhere else,
right?
Seems to be would have actually, there'd be way less books and games or movies if they just did that. I think
you'd think, yeah. Like, oh my gosh, yeah. A simple backup. That's what. If anything, there's 2 things you got to learn from this. One, Janor's the hero of the Republic. Number 1, number 2, back up all your important data.
Was it like a big scroll piece of paper thing, or was this like a scribbled on loose leaf or a napkin, or was it, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was 5 cocktail napkins all stapled together. No, it was like, I guess the equivalent would be, it was these tapes, these rolls of magnetic tapes, at about like, and I'm doing a gesture, which is great for an audio program. It's like about 2 feet by 1 foot, this boxy tape thing. And they had it they're storing it on magnetic tapes, which is also silly because like eventually that's gonna run out, right?
Right, yeah.
So it's like you better build it quick, I guess.
It takes years for that thing, it seems like.
Yeah, like my gosh, you put it on like a disc or something. I don't know.
So you mentioned Leia. What's Luke and Leia like? Was the incest thing kind of weird, or is that sort of encouraged where you're from? What's going on there?
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird when we all didn't find out about that till later after the war, and then we were like, we all assumed, we were making jokes, like me and Tilly's and all these people,
they sort of look alike. It's weird,
Yeah, they sort of look alike, and then it's like when you're dating someone that and then of course Han was grumpy about it. He was like, "Listen, I don't understand anything about and he was grumpy and storming around, and it's like just calm down, man. Yeah. Like I get it. There's like 5 women involved, and I got one of them.
Yeah, and the ones that don't look like you, again, they have a bunch of arms. Maybe they're blue. Yeah. Nothing wrong with blue women with a bunch of breasts. That sounds fine.
Yeah,
yes, but still, if you want someone that looks like you, there's very few options, it seems.
Yeah, exactly. And I understand, because like all these, they glom on to the Force sensitive. They really do. Women love when a man can use the Force.
Sure.
And like you look at Hera Syndulla, wonderful, beautiful woman, just immediately glomming onto Kanan. It's fine. But yeah, that was weird. When we all found out they were related, like again, it was after the war because like we didn't have time to discuss
It's not even just
family.
like related. Like they're literally like they're twins, aren't they? Or they're brother and
Yeah,
sister.
yeah, they
So
are. I suppose
it's
they
not like
are.
they're distant cousins and far, far away. Like
Yeah.
they came out the same time. Yeah,
At the same time, same place,
they came from the same place.
same person, same first initial. But yeah, I mean,
It was
like
obvious.
it was very obvious. Like Leia is great. She's as she appears in the
Sure,
hollow vids of
sure.
being kind of uppity. But
Yeah.
she's bossy, but she's always right. So it's
Mm,
not, she's never wrong. So it's like you forgive her for being kind of a pain.
okay.
And Luke, he's great. I worked with him in his
Seems like it.
academy for a while
Okay.
at the
Yeah.
Jedi Academy, and he's a great guy, and he's always so worried about doing right by folks, and I
Mm,
really appreciate that. For me, I kind of like I gotta get what I want,
I hear you. I hear you.
Where- Whereas Luke, he's more willing to go. Let's see from the big picture. So when he makes mistakes, it hits him hard. As
Yeah.
you might have heard, it hits him hard.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So what's the force like? You said you can feel it. Is it as cool as I think it is? I seem like it would be one of the coolest powers to have.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah.
yeah, and like I'm at a point where like dark side light. It's all about how you use it, right?
Sure.
And so because like even when people are like, anger is evil, I'm like, even Jesus flipped a table
At
once.
least.
It's
Yeah.
come on.
That's why it
That's
was the Last Supper. Like they were gonna do more, but he was just pissed.
yeah, I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
We're all on the one side. It doesn't make sense.
I said medium well. He flipped his table. His burger came in too rare.
But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It feels like when you have that feeling of like when you really connect with someone, you're having a conversation or whatever, or if you've ever, you have kids and a wife, so I assume you've been
I
in
do.
love.
Yes.
It's kind of like
We're
that.
almost there. We're almost there.
And it almost feels like you have that connection with everything.
Mm.
You look around and you're like, oh wow, this rock is beautiful. And I'll be honest with you, I've given it up several times. I've literally cut myself off because it's overwhelming.
I
And that's
feel
a
like
lot of responsibility.
yeah, I feel like I would use it not the way I would just use it to be like, just, "Man, that bag of chips is far away," and just
Yeah.
have it come flying
Yeah.
towards me.
Well,
Things like that, you know?
there's nothing wrong with that. If anyone says there's something wrong with that, they have a stick up their ass.
Which you can put up there easily now,
Yeah.
with the Force. It's
You
kind of a
can
magic of convenience in a way, like, it's pretty
Mhm,
cool. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, I floated things across the room when I could have walked. Are you
That
kidding me? I
you
gained
are.
5 pounds when I first learned. I
Just
stopped running around so
I
much.
I hear you.
Yeah.
People compare you to Han Solo every now and then. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
on that? I mean, he seems to be
Yeah.
very popular, but, I mean, would you consider yourself a bounty hunter as well, or kinda what he is, but, like a mercenary
Um,
for hire type of thing,
I
or
was for a long time. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah,
He and I had a very similar origin story of defecting against the Empire
right.
and then becoming a smuggler and freelancer for the
Smuggler, right,
rebellion.
that's the main thing, yeah.
Yeah, and like I get it. I get the comparison. It's a little annoying. It's a
Yeah,
little, 'cause, yeah, I'm trying to make my own way here.
I hear you.
And hands hand and like you can't also like he gets a lot of credit but he
Sure.
having met the man, having had conversations with him, he's not very bright.
No, yeah, I mean, I feel like
He's
Chewie's doing most of the work there.
Leia's doing most of the work and like he's impulsive and he's lucky and he's a great, he's got charisma. He's a great
Sure,
leader.
sure.
But like
Got a cool ship,
he's got a
right?
cool ship. My ship, the Moldy Crow, doesn't look nearly. It's not even my ship. It's Jan's. Like
What's it
that's
called? The Moldy Crow?
yeah. And then the
Well,
Moldy Crow is
that's not a good name.
no, it's not. And it's like contrast to the Millennium Falcon. Like
Right, I mean, like, the falcon's a cool bird, a crow's kind of annoying.
yeah, it's annoying and it's
Millennium, it
mimicry.
sounds fun. Moldy. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
just think
not
it
great.
teased.
I didn't name it. It's Jan's ship, and
Yeah.
then we had another one, Raven something, I think. And it's been a while.
Maybe get a bottle of space wine and smash it open, maybe rechristen the ship as a different name, I think, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
people do
Or
with boats.
I'll pass that along.
Yeah, let it know who I said that.
Yeah, but yeah, living in kind of the shadow of both Luke and Han at the same time.
Mm,
But I lay at night, awake at night, sometimes going, I'm in the shadow of both these great people.
Right.
But then I go, at least, I'm not Dash Rendar. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
we had Dash on the show a few
Oh,
months
yeah?
ago. We did, yeah. Very,
Okay.
very braggadocious. He was very fun to talk to, but yeah, he had a wild life as well.
He's got a wild life, and, like, I feel like he and I kinda had opposite paths of, like, when people heard
Sure.
about him, they're like, "He's just Han, and it's not as good," and because
Right.
Han was already there but at least with me, I have there's a little bit of spin on it.
His
But, like,
game was okay. His game was N64. Those don't really hold up very well,
no.
So
Whereas, like, people still play mine,
sure.
I see it on the Twitch all the time, they're streaming, and
You have Twitch up there? That's good.
yeah, I mean, it's a, faint signal. You have to be in the right place at the right time, but, yeah, I mean, Han's great, and he gave me some pointers,
Okay.
when I first joined up with the
That's good.
rebellion, and I was really kind of him. Same with Luke.
Yeah.
They really took under their wing, and then I was like 21 at the time.
Right.
Immediately, I was like, "Screw you guys!"
Big know-it-all. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to get a couple chips on my shoulder, and admittedly, at the time, I was like really focused on killing the guy that killed my dad.
Understandably.
Yeah, and notably did.
You did it.
I did it. I kicked that guy's ass.
If we could all be that lucky, that's great.
Yeah.
Get that closure. Did you behead him as well?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm that's a little much, right?
It is. Lightsaber to the gut. What happened there? How'd you get him?
Yeah,
Blaster?
basically, I believe, and it's been so long. But yeah,
Who can remember how they avenged their
yeah,
father's death?
he said, she said, by the seashore, it. But yeah, it was at this place called the Valley of the Jedi, and I believe there's 1,000 souls trapped in this thing, and I let him go, and like he tried to use the power, and it like overwhelmed him, and it's one of those things, it's very weirdly similar to like, what, again, a lot of similar stories. It's like poetry; they rhyme, right?
Right.
With like Palpatine trying to get all the power, and that bringing him down, and yada
Interesting.
yada yada.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, congrats again for
Thank
doing
you.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to go to if there's one thing I love, it's going to the Valley of the Jedi and kicking someone's ass.
Who wouldn't? You probably come back feeling pretty proud of
Yeah,
yourself.
I was pretty hype about myself, but then, I did, I learned how to use the Force and all that, and then I was like, this ain't for me. I'm a simple man. I come from a farm, and I just dropped it all.
Yeah.
And a couple years later, this student of Luke's turned to the dark side. Like I said, he when he fails, it hits him hard, specifically when it comes to his students, because he loves all of them so much.
Sure.
And then this guy, the son, and he's this big lizard guy. And like, I'm like, what is happening? And he doesn't even look like Bosk. He looks completely different. He's a completely different kind of like alligator lizard looking guy. Anyway, he goes to the Valley of the Jedi, absorbs all that power, and then I have to deal with this again. I don't know if you've ever had to like relive trauma.
Not the way you're saying. No.
Yeah, it's upsetting. It's upsetting. But luckily, I went to the valley, and the ghost of my dad showed up. And how nice is that? My dad's name is Morgan, by the way. Morgan Katarn.
These names are Kyle, Morgan.
Yeah.
They're very, just very straight and narrow, run of the mill.
Yeah, I mean, like again, we're simple folks. We're farm. Luke's a normal name.
Right.
You have Luke. You have Leia.
But then you have your Chewbacca, your Boba Fett, your Jabba.
Yeah. Well, two of those aren't human.
Correct. You're right.
And Boba, he's
don't know.
He's from Mandalore. He's
always wearing that mask.
Yeah, he's always wearing that mask. Who knows what he looks like? International intergalactic man of mystery.
Right.
It's
like Austin Powers.
Yeah, he's Austin Powers in space. Yeah, baby.
So you see your dad's spirit, you said, right?
Yeah. He showed up and he's like, "You just got to take care of this, son." And I was like, "You're right."
No.
And I did, and it all worked out pretty okay.
My dad would be like, "Get your fucking feet off the couch. Make sure you turn the lights off." That's what he would say.
I mean, metaphorically speaking, that's what he was doing vis-a-vis the light side of the Force. He's like, you have responsibilities, son. You got responsibilities. I'm like, I do.
In relation to the Death Star blueprints that you stole, have you ever stolen anything else before or after that? Like, were you did this give you a big high to keep stealing things, or was this like a one and only thing?
Well, no, yeah, I worked as a smuggler,
All
my
right, so, okay,
guy.
so yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, I did a lot of runs of spice and a lot of like,
gotcha.
getting weapons to certain people and that kind of thing, and then also off, stealing and disrupting the plans for the Dark Troopers too. That was, it's fun. It is fun to sneak around. I'm a
Sure.
sneaky bastard. I like to. It gives you a thrill. I don't know if you've ever like tried to sneak past Imperial officers, but it's
Not in a while.
not in a while. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, it's fun.
But I do creep around the house when my kids are sleeping, so I don't wake them. Similar.
Very similar.
Gotta be very quiet and very sneaky. Got those creaky floors, right?
Yeah,
So
you don't
same
want to
idea.
disrupt them.
Same idea.
Yeah. It does. It gives you a thrill, and it's when you're like, when you the best, and this doesn't sound very heroic, but I, when you get caught and you're running away, that's fun too. And I'm cocky enough. I specifically when I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna use the Force to slow down time. I'm gonna get out of here. It's
There
fine.
you go. That's great.
And you're zipping away in your ship, and you got your girl. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You're getting blasted at, but you're safe in the moldy
Yeah, I'm the moldy crow.
moldy crow.
Yeah, our new ship Ravensclaw is a lot better.
That
But
sounds
like
better,
yeah, it sounds a lot better. But
Is that a Harry Potter thing, Ravenclaw?
no, that's not right. It's Ravensclaw. I gotta admit, my mind's going. It's been a while since I talked about this. I'm retired now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta go soon. What are you up to now? What's the plan for you? Are you gonna steal more shit? What's going on?
Well, right now I'm working at Luke's school.
Janitor?
And
what are you doing? Janitor, teacher, what are you doing?
Yeah, he has me cleaning up. No, I'm teaching. I'm teaching at the Jedi Academy. I got this great student named Jaden Core, and they're great. And they've been helping me out. We just broke down. We just stopped a train from blowing up.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'll admit there's some remnant stuff that's going on. There's some more Dark Jedi, and we're trying to figure all that out. And
Can you come to New York City? Our trains are breaking down constantly.
I'll try. Well, when I say we stopped a train from blowing up, like there was a bomb on this thing. We stopped some space terrorists.
Hey, same thing down here, I think, half the time. You never know.
But yeah,
why we stalled for 3 hours?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've been zipping around the galaxy trying to figure out that mystery. But I'm working with Luke. Luke's a great guy. He's a great teacher.
No better mentor besides Yoda, I guess. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I would say he's better than Yoda because you can understand what the hell he's saying, right? Because Yoda is backwards talking, and
come on. It's cute. We get it.
Yeah, it's cute, and he's speaking in metaphors all the time. Where Luke is like, again, he's a farm boy. He comes like we connect on that level.
Cut to the chase.
Exactly. He's very straightforward. He's like, don't do this. You gotta use your feelings but not those. You gotta pick and choose. You gotta walk that line.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for future smugglers or thieves in the galaxy that you want to leave some parting words to?
Let's see. What advice would I give? Find yourself a great partner.
Sure.
That's in a great co-pilot. That's again, as much as a big fuss of like wanting to set the record straight. It's not for me. It's for Jan. This Jen or so. I don't know her. Who is that?
No one knows.
She's got that Coruscant accent where she talks like this. Jan's got a nice mid-rim accent. Woman of the people. Find yourself a great partner.
Right.
That's my biggest piece of advice. Someone you can trust through thick and thin.
Gotcha. Yeah. I love it. You want to play a quick game with me before we go?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's play a game of Wed, Bed, Dead, everybody. I know you've been jonesing for it for the past month, everyone. We're back. So Kyle, I'll give you 3 video game characters. Just tell me who you want to wed, who you want to bed, and who you want dead. And I'll show you some pictures here on the screen. This first one here, very popular NES game from back in the day, and arcade. We got the Bubble Bobble dinosaurs. Yeah, pick either one, maybe a threesome, whatever you want. But the Bubble Bobbles, I think the names are Bub and Bob, by the way. They are adorable little dinosaurs. One's green, one's blue. and they go around and collect bubbles and things like that. But they're very
All
cute.
right.
This next one, kind of the opposite from the Mortal Kombat series, the Sorcerer Supreme Quan Chi.
He looks familiar to me. I've seen a million kinds
You
of
see
those
guys that
guys.
look like that, yeah, right, a little
Fighting
bit.
them all the time.
He fit in really well in the Star Wars galaxy, I think.
Yeah, he's got the glove.
Right, he's a sorcerer. He's got the magic. He's evil as fuck. I think that would help a lot. He's got so Quan Chi. He's got one of the best fatalities ever. He will rip your leg off and beat you senseless with it.
Oh
which
my
is
goodness!
very, very fun to do. So that's one. And the last one here, another popular NES game, even though it's terrible, but it had an incredible box art, and we had him on the show probably like 2 years ago. Bayou Billy.
My goodness!
From the slums of New Orleans in the swamps. Look, he's ripped. He's got that sword. He's got a cool hat, but he's he's running around the swamps. Terrible, terrible game, by the way. Don't let the box art fool you, everybody. And I told Billy this when he was here on the show. That's not a very good game. So we very, very different here, very diverse. We got Bubble Bobbles, we got the Quan Chi and Bayou Billy. Kyle, what are your choices here?
I mean, I gotta go for killing. What is it, Quan Chi?
Quan Chi.
Gotta get him out of here.
Get him out. Okay.
Also, I want to fight. You know, if he's someone who will literally rip your leg off.
Yeah.
I want to know what that's like.
And then I think he also will he will use his magic to like kind of crush you in midair, like the Force in a way. He picks you up and like smushes you and breaks all your bones.
See, that sounds like a good fight, right?
Real bastard. Yeah, he's definitely good at what he does.
Yeah, I'll throw some lightning at him.
Nice.
Screw it. He also looks like the guy that killed my dad. So I
think
he does. He looks a lot like him. And that guy was blind too. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, he looks like that guy and he's making me angry.
Okay.
The more you show me the picture, the angrier I'm getting. I have to
off screen.
Yeah. And you and I can't in good faith try to have sex with a cute dinosaur. You know, I don't want to make love to so I'll probably marry those two. You know, they say you catch things with bubbles, right? You know,
I think good. So. Or, I think peanut butter or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honey? Honey is it? Not peanut butter. You catch more flies with honey.
Yeah. You know, that's good for cleaning. You know, they go bloop and then, they look like that. Also,
will you take both of them in like a sort of Mormon ceremony?
That's what I was gonna say. You get two. So you get two partners, no problems. You're constantly engaged. So that means
here's a bonus to that though. They have incredibly catchy, charming theme music that goes along with them. So all day long you'll hear ding 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 ding. Might be nice. Might drive you crazy eventually, but it comes with the territory.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's nice. Yeah, they look nice enough, and you know,
which means
I'm gonna have to make love to Bayou Billy because, here's the main reason I didn't want to kill him because he doesn't look like a bad guy.
No, he's a good guy.
And you had him on the show, so I didn't want to, upset him, but I don't want him around.
Right.
So I just one and done with Bayou Billy.
Yeah.
And
he might stink.
He might stink, and he's like, he's jacked, and I'm assuming I'm gonna get something out of it. Look at him.
Right. Yeah. It looks good.
Yeah.
He works out. He swings from. He does pull-ups on trees, like things like that. Try to stay. He might rip trees out of the ground. It looks like
that's dedication.
Yeah. Solid choices, Kyle. Really, really. You might have swayed me a little bit here. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Because I love magic, I think it's really cool. I'm going to actually wed Quan Chi. Even though he's an evil motherfucker. Yeah, I'm going to wed him. I want him around. I want him to teach me how to do some cool shit, right? Like, even if I just shoot a green fireball, I don't know, something out of my hands. Something like that I want to be able to do.
Well, come on down to the Jedi Academy. We'll teach you. Hi, I'm Crazy Kyle. Come on down.
And he's a big, bald, very white guy, so we kind of match in that. We sort of... You got a cool outfit. We kind of match, so I think it'll be kind of fun. This is where it gets a little interesting though, because Billy was here. Yeah, I think it would actually be weird to make love to him, so I may have to dead Billy here.
Oh my gosh!
Because here's why. Kind of what you said with Quan Chi. I think it would be a good fight.
Yeah.
In this scenario, I'm always going to win no matter what, but I think it would be a fun. He's got his knife. I used to sell Cutco back in the day. I'll bring my fisherman's knife, and we'll have a good duke out with knives, with fish guts.
Bringing some Knives to a knife fight. You love
Exactly.
it.
Bring a veggie peel or a pizza cutter, something like that. Really throw them off guard.
Nice
Uh,
micro blade. Yeah.
yeah. So, but then this is where it gets weird too. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
this dino threesome, which will be a fun story at parties in the future. Hey, you know what I did once?
Yeah.
I had sex with these two not babies, sorry. These two
Ooh.
adorable
I was
dinosaurs.
gonna say, excuse. That was my off-putting thing because if they were like grown animals,
Look, the game came out in 1987. They got to be old by now.
they gotta be old.
I hope.
And like that's my thing is what like I can't judge too much because you've seen like they just look like baby Bosk, right? They're
Yeah.
just cute Bosk. They're just look like a couple of Trandoshans.
Yeah, I mean, I love dinosaurs. If I had a time machine, I'd always say the one time I go back to is dinosaur time. I just want to see what they look like in person to see if
And
they
have
were even right, and have sex with a few of them. What's so bad about that?
yeah,
Right?
there's nothing wrong with that.
All of a sudden, 75 million years later, there's a little tiny weird thing that looks like me. Kind of.
Well, that's it. Well, you go back in time, and that's how evolution started. That's
Look at
actually
that.
how humans came to be. You are the progenitor.
So I think it would be a fun night with two dinosaurs. That got weird. Look at that one. That's a weird way. We're back, everybody. Anything else, Kyle? You wanna leave us? This has been so much like really a true honor to speak to such a hero.
Thank you.
Anything else on your mind that you want to go
no,
leave us with? Yeah.
Not too much other than may the force be with you.
That's
required by law for me to say that.
And also with you.
And also with you. Yeah. I hear
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us, Kyle. Everybody else, thank you for listening. It's good to be back. And we will talk to you all maybe next week, maybe next month. I don't know. We'll talk to everybody. Bye. Today's playable character was played by Tristan Miller. Check out their hour of comedy, Manic Impressive, at tristanjmiller.com. Follow them on Twitter at tristanjmiller.
One.
Fuck. Follow him at Twitter at tristanjmiller1.